What's going on, Panther Nation? It's your man C Dougie again, coming to you with that fire content, man. Before we jump into the content, I really want to appreciate everybody that has reached out via text, through live streams, praying for Pops. Man, Pops is doing good, man. Speedy recovery. You know, he got a long ways to go, but I appreciate everybody that's reached out and kept my Pops in this prayer with this hip replacement surgery. Also, shout out to you guys for getting me to that 200 subscribers on next Friday. We will be giving away the two $50 cash out prizes to two random subscribers. More details will come to follow with that. But again, shout out to you guys for subbing. Continue to share the channel. The channel is growing. We are bringing good things. We're going to jump into this NBA here in a few with the deadline coming as well. College basketball is in full swing. Draft time, we'll be bringing draft ideas, topics, players, proposals. You may see it, but we are about to bring that fire content. Let's get right into it. Also, shout out to Prize Picks. You already know what time it is with Prize Picks. Anything up to $100, Prize Picks will match. Also, use the promo code Keep Pounding. Anything up to $100, Prize Picks will match that deposit for and how is it played? Anywhere between 2 and 6 projections. You go over or under. You place a projection amount on those. You get them right, you can win a prize anywhere between 4, 5, and 6. All right, let's jump into the content. Richie Rich is the new head coach of the Carolina Panthers. How should we feel? Some may feel disappointed that Steve Wilks didn't get the job. Some people see the light at the end of the tunnel that we finally have the coach that we need to get to start that new regime, that fresh smell in the building. First, let's jump into Steve Wilks. Did he get a fair shot? I honestly feel like he did. He had a 13-week resume to show David Tepper, Nicole Tepper, and Scott Fitter what his plan was to do. Regardless of the 6-6 record, when you look at some particular games where this man failed to win, I know it's hard to say failed, but failed to win came at a costly price of him not getting the head coaching job. Are you saying, hey, C. Dougie, you know, if Steve Wilks would have gotten to the playoffs, probably won the division, are you saying Steve Wilks would have gotten the head coaching job over Richie Rich, Frank Reich? Me personally, I do, because with the roster that we had and opportunity that we did have in Tampa Bay to win that game and to win the NFC South and host the Dallas Cowboys and possibly move on, he did drop the ball on that. Regardless of what players did, what one player did on the opposite team, we were up 14-0. And we went away from the philosophy of Steve Wilks, which is great defense and ground and pound. I do feel like in the interview process, he was a finalist. No, he didn't finish top 2 as well, but he tried to give the best plan forward. But an experienced coach, Frank Reich, came out and beat him fair and square with the resume that he had as a head coach. So shout out to Steve Wilks. I appreciate what you have done for this organization. The mantra that you try to get us back in to keep pounding. A lot of fans felt the energy that you did bring to us each Sunday. And even for us to have a fighting chance in Tampa, I will tip my hat off to you. But let's jump into Richie Rich, a.k.a. Frank Rich. I mean, if you look at it, with this man's record over the last couple of seasons, in 2018, they went 10-6. 2019, 7-9. 2020, 11-5. 2021, 9-8. And yes, this past year, before he did get fired from the Indianapolis Colts, he was 3-5. That 3-5 record really doesn't represent who Frank Rich is, really. When you look at his comrades, former coaches that have retired, coaches that worked underneath him, if you look at the media outlet, they're praising his hire. He's beloved all over the NFL. Players love this man that have not played for him. Former players that have played for him love him. I'll just give a few examples. Tony Dungy has came out. Look at what Andy Reid has done with his coaching tree. He's another coach underneath Andy Reid. Look at what Sean Stinson just said this week with this man getting prepared to go to the Super Bowl, how he shouted out Frank Reich is one of the coaches that molded him into what he is now as an offensive coordinator. We have an offensive guru-minded coach, not only as an assistant coach or offensive coordinator that won a Super Bowl underneath the Philadelphia Eagles. We have a coach that's going to be running multiple sets. You can shut down one part of our game, but you're not going to know what's going to hit you next just because you shut that particular play action, that run that we were possibly able to get through 8 or 10 yards or stretching the field. And we'll also be running the no huddle offense. You can quote me on that. It'll be a multiple with a non-huddle mixture with Frank Reich's offensive scheme. I mean, really and truly, it's over. Now it's time for us to look at the coaches. We'll also know with his potential coaches what type of offense and defense will be running. With him having such a high prestige within his comrades as coaches, really a lot of coaches he can call right now and say, hey, I'm in Carolina. I need you to come down, coach on offensive side of the ball, coach the defense side of the ball for me. It just depends on who he really wants at his disposal. It's so many coaches at this man's disposal that he can sit here and actually not reach for a coach if he sees the mindset that he wants to do. Also, this man was the quarterback of the Carolina Panthers. You know, it's full circle for him. One of our first quarterbacks to ever play for us. Then you looking 20 plus years, 20, 30, something around there. Years, and you come back and you're coaching a team that you used to play for. That's a dream as well, man. Like I said, I'm ecstatic. I really can't wait for the future. I've been saying all since Matt Rule got fired, you know, if it was Steve Wilks, we got our head coach. It's time to go scout. You have 3 different games right now for people that have declared to go look for future pieces to help us get to the playoffs. Then you have free agency. Then you have the draft. Also, there's whispers of this man being possibly a quarterback whisperer. Look what this man was able to do with Jacoby Brissett. Yes, look what this man was able to do with Andrew Luck in his last year before they knew this man was going to sit here and retire. It's just amazing that we finally have a coach on the offensive side. Our defense is fine. Defense has always been fine. Whatever coach comes in, defense always balls always been that offensive side. So imagine if you have an offensive-minded coach coming in, establishing that side, and with the elite defense that's been in the top 10. Just imagine if we get the right coordinator, we can be top 5, top tier 1. This team is so hungry for the playoffs. This city, this team, the Carolinas are so hungry for a playoff that I think this man, Richie Rich, a.k.a. Frank Reich, can send that to us and lead us to that tunnel, to the light. Like I said, so many news is going to come around with coordinators. We will be dropping that news to you guys. This is just a quick recap of a busy day that we've had today. Frank Reich is our coach. I'm happy. I'm ready to see what he does. I'm ready to see what players want to join this man. I want to see what coaches want to join this man. Again, welcome to the Carolinas. Richie Rich. Again, I appreciate everybody that has sent prayers up for my pops. Again, be looking out for that promo for our 2 $50 cash apps that we be sending back to you, the subs, the subscribers. And also share with other people. Share, like, subscribe, comment. Please leave comments. I definitely do respond to comments. Also, again, shout out to Prize Picks. Anything that you deposit up to $100, they will reimburse it back to you. And that's for first-time subscribers. You can also use the promo code Keep Pounding as well for that once you sign up with Prize Picks. As always, this is your man, C. Dougie. We out. One love. Take care. Appreciate it.